This is Beyonce's pool hall Levi's commercial, and I think it's foreshadowing her next acts. Here she pockets a solid 3-ball, then a 4-ball, then an 8-ball, and she wins. I believe this ball is Act 3, this ball is the secret Act 4, and the winning 8-ball is either Act 4 or what comes after Act 4. And when it does come out, it's going to shake the entire music industry. It's going to be a ball drop kind of moment. The key here is timing. You see, in pool, you're either playing solids or stripes, and the aim of the game is to get all of your groups of solids or stripes in, then pocket the 8-ball. If you pocket the 8-ball before getting all of your solids and stripes in, you lose. So here, Beyonce's playing solid. She hits her last solid balls in, then pockets the 8-ball, so she wins. She drops her pool cue. It's a jaw-dropping moment. Timing is everything, and I believe these acts are like each pool ball going in. Not until they're all in their pockets can she hit us with the magic 8-ball and win. This is why we don't have the visuals yet. But when they do come, it's going to be industry shaking, like when she shakes his Hollywood sign. I think it's going to be a surprise movie drop, interactive video game with PlayStation and Sony, immersive experiences, it's all kinds of things. But it's going to take time. Now, reverse the clip and you get 8 and then 4. 8-4. August 4th. Tomorrow. It's the next installment in the 4th Levi's commercial with Beyonce. She's been recreating these iconic commercials, usually from the 80s and 90s, called the Reimagine campaign, which is wild because I did in this video on YouTube my theory that Act 1 was resistance, Act 2 is reflection, Act 3 would be revolution, and Act 4 would be reimagination. Reimagination, the same title as her Levi's campaign, which I didn't know until I was researching this very video. And I'm going to go out on a limb here, maybe a bit of a stretch, but I think she might be creating this 1994 Levi's ad called Oil Rig. Why? This is the beginning of the ad. We see Uncle Sam. Here is Beyonce dresses Uncle Sam during the Cowboy Carter visuals. Just a little Kendrick tie-in, we know that the black Uncle Sam was the theme of his Super Bowl performance. The Levi's commercial is set on an oil rig during World War II. Oil was essential for powering military vehicles, aircrafts, and ships, as well as producing rubber and explosives during the war. That's why we see Uncle Sam. The iconic I Want You poster with Uncle Sam pointing his finger was a recruitment campaign they used during World War I and brought it over to World War II. It was a highly effective campaign to boost American morale and nationalism and recruit soldiers for the war effort. So, in the commercial, a man falls off of an oil rig wearing his Levi's and he breaks his leg. He goes to the war nurse, but despite the pain, he refuses to let the nurse cut off his Levi's. It's an understanding because his Levi's are so precious. During wartime, there was rationing of clothes and Levi's, so you couldn't just go get another pair. So him not wanting the nurse to cut off his jeans despite him having a freaking broken leg highlighted the durability and value of his Levi's jeans. It's a testament to the brand's enduring quality and connection to its customers even in difficult times. Now here's where it gets even crazier. The commercial ends and it says 1944 wartime. Why is that date important? 1944 is the year Sister Rosetta Tharpe released her song Strange Things Happen Every Day, which is the contender for being the first ever rock and roll song. She wrote this song with a resonator guitar, just like this one here in this picture. And this is the exact guitar that we see Beyonce playing in this picture. This song, Strange Things Happen Every Day by Sister Rosetta Tharpe, was the very first song to be on the gospel charts, then cross over to the mainstream race records, which would become the R&B chart records. The song also got her a lot of backlash from black religious leaders who had criticized her for performing and recording gospel music for a secular audience. It reminds me a lot of the message in Church Girl from Renaissance. Now, what's even crazier is that July 26th was the last day of the Cowboy Carter tour in Vegas. This is also the birthday of Betty Davis, the godmother of funk music, who Beyonce dressed up as for Halloween in 2024. But not only was Betty Davis, the godmother of funk, born on July 26th, the last day of the Cowboy Carter tour, she was born on July 26th, 1944, the same year that Sister Rosetta Tharpe's The Godmother of Rock and Roll, Strange Things Happen Every Day came out and crossed over to be the first gospel song to end up on the mainstream race records charts, and would put it as a contender for the first ever song to cross over to be the first rock and roll song ever that influenced everyone from Chuck Berry to Elvis to everyone, which makes rock and roll history a lot more black women than white men. This is the history they don't want you to know. If she would be creating this Levi's ad, the oil rig one, it would be so perfect because what Beyonce's been doing with these albums is creating an army, like Uncle Sam recruiting you for war. But this is not a war fought with violence, but it's a war fought with love. It's a war fought with when you learn your history and learn how amazing black country history is, black dance history is, and what I think Act 3 black rock history is. It's that you're going to be recruited to this kind of war led by love, because love comes from knowing where you are from and being proud of it. This is a love revolution. This is following in the legacy of Prince and the gun microphone symbolism. is using your words and music as a weapon of peace and love and revolution, but nonetheless it is still a war of revolution, a war of good versus evil, a war of black reclamation versus the rewritten whitewash history. Beyonce wants you for the Renaissance new revolution. Let love heal us all. Now, I also think it's interesting that Levi's and wartime efforts, and it was such a rugged gene and it was known for, how rugged it was, that later on in the civil rights movements, denim was worn as a uniform for the civil rights movement. So it's interesting how they use denim in civil rights, and then we have denim in the wartime efforts, and we have Beyonce and the denim and Levi's, and it's all making a lot of sense to me. We'll see which one she recreates tomorrow, but that's at least what I think. And I definitely think that the pool hall one, it's no coincidence that she pockets a 3, and then a 4, act 3, secret act 4, and then pockets the 8 ball. All has to do with timing. You can't pocket the 8 ball until all your other balls are in the holes. That's why we don't have the visuals. The visuals are the secret magic 8 ball that's going to shake Hollywood, shake the industry. That's what I think. So that's what I have for now. Let me know what you guys think. If you want to support my work, you can always buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/floorbreakers. And don't forget to subscribe. I know this was a short video, but still subscribe and drop a comment. Maybe drop a pair of jeans in the comments if you watched until the end. And that's all for now. Until next time, love, floorbreakers.